North Dakota is a huge agricultural state, but when we farm the land, we have to try to not over-farm it because the more we interact with the soil, the more key elements disappear from the landscape.
Tonight, Adrian Oglesby breaks down the element potassium and its importance to our crops and soil.
Welcome back to Adrian's KX Chemistry Lab. Last week we talked about phosphorus and today's hot topic is potassium. And for the million-dollar question, what is potassium? Well, truth is, potassium is way more than the good stuff your body gets from eating your bananas. Potassium is a chemical element with the symbol K and atomic number 19. Potassium is a mineral that your body needs to work properly. It is a type of electrolyte. It helps your nerves function and muscles contract. But what does that have to do with our soil and crops? I know. Well, soil scientist, my friend Chris Augustin, I'm sure let's shoot over to him and I betcha he knows the answer.
Potassium is an essential nutrient for our crops. It is also a macronutrient, meaning that it's one of the nutrients that are in higher demand for our crops. One of the big roles that it plays with for crops and most plants is that it helps with cell structure.
Okay, why is cell structure important to our crops? Well, that's simple. Good structure, just like with a human, keeps plants healthy, strong, and long-lasting. And though potassium is great, here in North Dakota, it's common to see potassium deficiencies. So what happens in that scenario? The plant's stem is not strong enough to support the grain on it. Augustin says in our state there is high potassium in potatoes as opposed to our small grains where most of the potassium is returned to the soil to help the leaf stand up straight. But our state helps out farmers. One unique potassium recommendation that North Dakota offers to farmers and landowners is what's known as accounts for the clay mineralogy. The state checks your geological location and determines if there's enough minerals and elements like potassium in the ground.
And so areas like the Red River Valley that have a whole bunch of smectitic clay, they have a lot more potential for potassium tie-up versus areas in central North Dakota. But when we went and did this mapping, areas such as Divide County, Morton County, they have a lot more schmectite than we had anticipated. And so some of those areas now have the different potassium recommendations.
He says to protect the key nutrients that are essential to our crops, it is important to take the proper steps. So, Augustin, what is the first step?
The first step is to do a soil test. If you do it in the fall, keep doing it in the fall. If you like the soil test in the spring, keep doing it in the spring. The big thing is being consistent with that soil testing, because that's like taking a snapshot of that field at the same time year and year again.
Farmers, listen up. If a plant becomes short of potassium, it will cannibalize the older growth and translocate the potassium to the newer growth of the plant.
And so things like phosphorus and nitrogen and potassium that are plant mobile, the older parts of the plant will look sick, but the newer parts of the plant will look healthy. And so one of the things that sticks out when it comes to potassium deficiencies, so the older leaves start looking sick, but the leaf margins or the edges have a chlorotic look to them.
Let's be honest, no one wants their plants dying out and weakly performing. Augustin says testing helps landowners and farmers get a better feel of their ground and soil. Potassium is essential for just about all plants, just like many other elements. Whoop! I don't have my watch on, but I know that I'm running out of time, always against that timer. Well, guys, it's my time to go, and I'll see you next week. Reporting for KX News from the KX Chemistry Lab, I'm Adrian Oglesby.
In the following weeks, Adrian will be in the lab going over nitrogen and carbon in our farmland.